be talking to players from the entire team.
Today, I'm joined by Peyton Chattenay.
What's your mindset when you step on the mound?
When did you learn you were going to be in Orleans?
What do you think that feeling is going to be like?
Hi, Cape League fans. This is Coach K, manager of the Orleans Firebirds, and I'm here to tell you that Cape League Baseball is back this summer, and it's time to meet the Bird King.
Welcome into another episode of Meet the Bird Gang 2.0. I'm Noah Searson, and in today's episode, we are joined by someone down south in the Big 12, none other than center fielder for the Baylor Bears, Jared McKenzie. Jared, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So I like to start off all of these interviews by kind of getting your origin story with baseball, because everybody gets into the game different ways. So, at what point did you realize that not only you might enjoy baseball, but you might be successful at it and get to the point that you were today?
Yeah, actually, funny story, my dad, he never really played baseball. He quit, I think when he was in middle school, he got hit by a ball and got scared, so he was done with the game. But they put me in it as a young kid, and then I grew up loving the game, and then I think towards high school, maybe my sophomore year, I kind of realized maybe I could have a future in this game. And so that's when I really started to focus in and enjoy it, but try and get better at the same time.
Well, we'll get to some of your high school accolades in a sec, but one thing I found interesting in my research, you're a lefty center fielder right now, but at one point you played shortstop?
I did. I played shortstop all the way up, I guess, until I was maybe 12 or 13. Just because they always put me there. I could make the play, I guess. Didn't really make sense, but I was quick. So I enjoyed it, but I love the outfield. So I'm glad that's my home.
And then in your high school career, you were very accomplished, but one of the main things is you had a 28-game hit streak, which was good for the second longest in Texas high school history. Did you realize that you were having the streak that you were having, or was it kind of one of those unspoken things where it's like, let's not jinx it?
I think it was I actually remember this. I was in the kitchen with my dad, and we were just talking. He's like, you have a hit in 19 games, like from the start of the season. I was like, I didn't really realize that, but I guess I do. And then some of my buddies in high school on the team started figuring it out, and they were just kind of waiting for the day. They'd always give me some mess about when it was going to come to an end, and it actually ended our senior night on the very last district game. But it was a good ride for the amount of games that it was.
Well, in a 28-game hit streak, very impressive. So what's your approach at the plate when you're thinking about, not only going on a hit streak, but just at-bat to at-bat? Like, how do you accomplish that sort of thing?
I think the biggest thing is I know I'm not a guy with maybe a whole lot of power or the biggest and best tools that you see, but just that mentality of telling myself that I know I'm better than that guy on the mound. And if I do that, I think putting those positive thoughts in my brain can correlate to positive results. So that was the biggest thing for me.
And then after your successful high school career, you realize, hey, I might want to play in college, end up at Baylor. How did you decide that Baylor, Waco, Texas, how did you decide that was the right fit for you?
The coaching staff, they haven't, I guess this is Coach Rod and Coach Strauss and Coach Taylor's, I think, 6th year here at Baylor. And I guess I was their 4th year when they were, or 3rd year when they were recruiting me, and they've had put together 3 really good seasons before, made regionals, won the Big 12 tournament, and also the fact that it's an hour and a half up the road from home, that helps because I'm far enough from home to where I don't have to go there every weekend. But if I need to go grab something or just maybe meet halfway with the family and have some lunch, it's always a nice thing. Love the university, the people. I always say it's not big enough to where you don't get to know everybody, but it's not small enough to where you know every single person. So it's a good balance between everything. So I love it.
Not to mention, you guys have a decent basketball team. I know that's not what we're here to talk about, but man, that's got to be fun.
Oh, it's so much fun to watch. Unfortunately, this year you can't pack the Farrell, but I remember last year some of those games. They were good last year, and they're on a streak this year. And I hope we go through and we can win this thing in March. But it's fun to watch them. A lot of good guys on that team too.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they do, but moving back to baseball real quick, you go to Baylor, and when a lot of people make the transition to college, it's challenging. It's like this is a whole nother level of baseball, but you tore it up almost instantly, hit over 400 in the shortened season last year, and earned some accolades in the Big 12 because of it. What made the transition seemingly so smooth for you going from high school ball to, tearing it up in college?
I think the big thing was Richard Cunningham. He used to be out there in center before me. I knew he was graduating, moving on, and I knew that spot was open, and there was an opportunity there, and I didn't want to let that slip away. And I just think going out there and working hard all fall, all semester, and just knowing that position and opportunity was there ahead of me, I didn't want to let that pass by. So I just wanted to take advantage of it as best as I could. And it was 16 games, so I did have a good 16 games, but there's still a lot to prove, and I think people know that. But I'm looking forward to the rest of this season as we get going.
Well, you had those 16 games, of course. That's when everything went on pause, and a lot of people that I've talked to, they hadn't played baseball in a full year until this season started, but that wasn't the case for you. You actually had the opportunity to play down in Texas in the Texas Collegiate League, one of the only leagues, collegiate summer leagues that I actually played, and you got to play in your hometown as well for the Round Rock Harryman. What was that like, and what kind of advantage do you think that gives you, the fact that a lot of people weren't playing baseball this summer, but you were?
Yeah, I think we definitely had a break before we started summer ball and when our college season ended, but it was nice to just get out there and play with a lot of guys from the same area that you grew up playing with or against. And during a stressful time like that and missing the game of baseball, it was nice to just kind of relax and just go out there, and it reminds you that the game's fun, and to not overlook that. And so it was nice. A lot of fans came out, people we knew, so it was a great time, great competition.
And so coming into this season, do you think it kind of knocked off that period where, a lot of people might be feeling rusty, and you were not just playing, but you did have the opportunity to play? Like, do you think it helped you come into this season a little bit stronger off the bat?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely it was a good learning experience over that summer, and so got to pick up a couple things and new things to learn and take into this season. So, and you also got to learn from other guys who play on different programs that were on the team, and so that was nice to kind of pick their brain a little bit and make that transition back into getting in the full swing of things here this past fall a lot easier.
Well, and it worked out pretty well. You just earned Big 12 Newcomer of the Week honors after a big game, 2 home runs. So, hey, maybe playing baseball through the summer really helped you out on that one. And then moving to the next summer, hopefully it helps you out again. I know that the summer season probably seems far away, especially when you're focused on this year with Baylor. But you're in Orleans. We couldn't be more excited to have you. When did you first learn about the Cape, and what was the process like of you actually finally landing on the Firebirds and being in Orleans for 2021?
Yeah, it was actually during the summer when all this was going down, and I think I had a couple other teams reach out from the Cape, and our pitching coach, Coach Strauss, called me and said, "Hey, we're going to send you to Orleans in the Cape," and I was super pumped. Great competition where some of the best guys go play, and there's a couple other guys I know on our team here at Baylor that are going to play, and a couple other teams in the Cape, and so that'll be fun to play against them. But I was just grateful for the opportunity, and can't wait to get up there after this season. So looking forward to it.
And what's that going to be like when you're playing with these guys all season and then suddenly you find yourself on the Cape Cod and you're suddenly opponents? Like, what do you think that's going to be like?
A little bit of brotherly love. I know that it's going to be some bragging rights when we get back, but it'll be fun. Couple pitchers, so hopefully I get a couple at bats against them. But looking forward to it.
What's going to be the result when you face a Baylor pitcher? Like, this is your time to smack talk.
Oh, hopefully I get a little fastball middle in and I can maybe put one out and not let them live that moment down. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe just a base hit. We'll start with that. But
Alrighty. Regardless, a home run would be decent for bragging rights. We'll see how it works out. And, we've learned a bunch about you as a baseball player already, but now we're going to move into you as a person because we're going to be spending the whole summer with you, so we want to get to know you. And we're going to do that through a game I like to call the squeeze. And much like the playing baseball, it's fast-paced. You don't really know what's going to happen. And the way it's going to work is I'm going to put a minute on the clock, and we're just going to do some quick-fire questions, and we're going to get through as many as possible. You think you're ready?
let's do it.
All right, I'm going to pull up the questions right now, and I will start the timer right here. Starting with, what was your go-to quarantine activity?
Disc golf, for sure.
Disc golf, okay. Who was your favorite baseball player growing up?
I love David Ortiz, Big Papi.
All righty. Who's on the pregame playlist?
Honestly, you're thinking of weird, but country music, whoever.
That's very baseball.
I think it just gets me just relaxed.
All right, follow up to that. Then who's the specific country artist?
Right now, I'm loving Lee Bryce. He's awesome. Lee Bryce, yeah.
All right.
Calvary's awesome.
Do you have any pregame rituals?
I don't. Nothing that I do specifically.
All right, and then one final one. Favorite movie?
The Benchwarmers. I love that movie.
Okay, that's a great one.
All the time.
Do you have a favorite little joke from that movie? It's filled with great jokes and great characters.
Oh, it is. A great one is that there must be steroids in macaroni. Love that one. No, there's so many. You go. There's a scrimmage going on. I mean, you name it, they have them all.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if on the Cape this summer somebody pulls up with a birth certificate that says I am 12.
Yeah.
Might want to stay away from them.
Oh, for sure.
All right, we're starting to run down on a little bit of time that we have, but before I let you go, I want to give you the opportunity to let the fans of Orleans know why they should be excited for you to be on the Cape this summer. So I'm going to tee it up for you and say, why should Orleans fans be excited for you to be on the Cape? What do you bring to the table?
I think just a lot of energy. I'm excited to be out there, play the game hard. Not afraid to get dirty. I think it'll be fun to play with a lot of guys around me who like to compete as well. And so as a team, I think they can look forward to that. Guys who want to win and hopefully go win the league, which will be a lot of fun.
Alrighty. He's got another championship in sight for Orleans. And hey, if you ever want to make him laugh, make a Benchwarmers joke. Jared McKenzie, thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Have a good one.